Welcome back, my friends. Today I wanted to talk to you about something very interesting. I was having a conversation with one of my customers earlier, and I saw a little news tidbit that came across my news feed, well, actually from X. And we were talking about it, me and my customer, and he made a statement that kind of clicked in my head. And he said, "Well, I guess they just want us all broke." And I have to agree with them. I think they do want us all broke. I mean, everything they're doing and everything they're saying, uh, every bill they pass, every rule, every law leads me to believe that they don't care about us and they just really want us broke. I think there's some kind of bigger agenda going on with this. I'm pretty certain of it. I can't prove any of this, but the more you research it and the more your eyes are open to what's going on, the more you realize my customer is right. They want us broke. So I'm going to go over a couple things I dug up about it. And, if you would, guys, please like and subscribe. And please leave some comments in this video if you have any, comments about what I'm talking about. And I appreciate it's helping the channel grow. So I'll be right back. Okay, so looking at Kitco right now and silver and gold. Gold's up, looks like $10 today, and silver's up a few cents. Silver's up to 27.30, and gold's at 23.33 and 40 cents. So they're kind of flat. I expected them to be maybe a little flat right now, but for you guys, checking this every day would drive you nuts. For me as a dealer, I have to, check it daily, hourly, sometimes up to the minute, because this is what I do for a living. But for you guys, yeah, I wouldn't suggest doing that. It would drive you crazy. But back to what I saw, what I was talking about, how they want us broke. I saw this on X, and it's Biden is proposing a 44.6% capital gains tax, which would be the highest tax since its creation in 1922. So, right there, I mean, it's showing you that they want you broke. They really don't want you to have any money. You got this combined with the inflation and everything else and the high rate of everything and all the money it costs you just to live. And it appears to me they're doing it on purpose. I mean, a 44.6% capital gains tax, all you crypto guys, that are doing things legitimately, that's what, almost half of your profit. And, I still don't understand why they want to tax us like this into oblivion. At first glance, you say, well, it's, they got to cover all the money they're spending. And I'll say it's all the money they're wasting. And when they got the printing presses going and they just print whatever they want anyways, what's the difference? Really, what's the difference? Why do they have to tax us into oblivion if all they're going to do is print it and we have this inflation anyways? It really makes no sense. But it's very disheartening that they're doing this. I saw something else. This goes back into how they want us broke. And this was another headline that came up. Mortgage demand drops as interest rates soar over 7%. So once again, you got these high interest rates and inflation, and now they want to raise the capital gains tax to what it is. Plus, there's also some talk about lowering Social Security benefits. So like I said, basically, it appears that they just want you broke. They want us broke. They really don't care. These types of things do not affect the ultra rich in this country or in the world. It just doesn't affect them. I mean, they have so much money, and how is a couple going to go out and buy a mortgage or buy a house and have a mortgage like this with these high interest rates? It's going to kill them. And I know I brought this up, but I still do not understand how people are living right now. How is the middle class and the poor getting by? Well, the poor get a lot of benefits, I guess, but the middle class, the working class, the majority of America, that's out working and paying their bills and paying their taxes, how do they have any money left? And then, I see this coming down the pipe as a very bad thing. I still believe the economy is going to tank on the consumer side. I know we've talked about it. They've talked about it a lot. There's been a lot of headlines about it, and the Fed's trying to have a soft landing. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't see it happening, but who knows? Here's an here's another article I was looking at today, and I found it very interesting, and it kind of plays into the theory of how they're manipulating the markets. What the rising gold price signals. Spoiler alert, nothing good. The recent run-up in the gold price has not garnered the attention among the mainstream financial media outlets as it should. So, we know the media is the mouthpiece for the elite. We already know this. They like to manipulate things and manipulate the masses through propaganda. I mean, I've talked about this a couple times, and most of you are aware that they're bombarding us with propaganda all the time. And anything that is not to the big boys, the elites' benefit, they will try to steer us in the other way. They do not like us having money. They want us broke, right? So if I scroll down here, it says the financial press, which is really an arm of the government and its central bank, wants to ignore as much as possible references to gold as protection. So there you go. You see some media talking about it now. This is some articles coming out about how they don't really want you buying gold and silver. They don't want you stacking. Everything I've come to, all the information I've seen, stuff that has even happened to me with the banks and just the media and all the propaganda leads me to believe they want you broke, and they don't want you storing your wealth in precious metals. It's very obvious. It says here, adjusted for inflation, gold would have to rise to about $35.90 an ounce, while silver would have to surpass $50 an ounce. So, according to this article, based on inflation, I believe they're saying that gold should be at $35.90 and silver should be above $50. I definitely agree with the silver part being above $50 because it really hasn't moved that much while everything else has gotten more expensive. Excuse me. So to me, it shows some kind of evidence, or some kind of proof, a little bit of proof that they're just manipulating these markets. They do not want silver and gold to rise. And it probably has something to do with the dollar on a bigger scale, which we probably won't know exactly the reasons, but it's probably to protect the dollar in some way. It says precious metals will continue to escalate until the Federal Reserve radically changes its interest rate policy to combat inflation, as former Fed Chairman Paul Volcker once did. So, yeah, I mean, we've been waiting for that. Actually, they've been talking about lowering rates, which should help silver and gold rise. And gold and silver, well, especially gold, has bucked that trend a little bit. It is pretty high, but silver has just, been beaten up, and I believe it should be much higher. What else is this? The rising price of gold is anticipated from the promised policy actions of the Fed. Well, we know about that already. And so far, they haven't lowered rates, and I'm not sure they're going to. They should actually be, in reality, they should be raising rates. But they don't care because they're just going to pass on the inflation to us. So the record-setting gold price is signaling that the present fiat monetary order, which is based on the dollar as the world reserve currency, is coming to a financially unpleasant end. So, we've talked about this. Most of us that got into stacking silver and gold, we got into it because we see the writing on the wall, and we see that the dollar's days as supreme in the world, the world markets, has a limit. And I'm not sure. I think someone told me this. I didn't research this myself, but I believe it's probably true that almost all fiat currency in history has failed. So, we're all thinking the same way. Yet you see that these prices, especially for silver, should be much higher. And, it's a shame, but you got to hold the line because I believe one day it's going to break out of this. And what it's for is to protect you. It's an insurance policy or a hedge. So it also says if the Fed continues to print dollars to sustain government spending at this rate, the dollar will continue to lose purchasing power, and foreigners will no longer want to hold them. Foreign central banks will then turn to gold. Well, I believe central banks have already turned to gold. I believe they're buying it up quite a bit, and I believe the prices of the metals have been artificially kept down. And, will that change? I think eventually this will change. Eventually it'll change. But, you see the writing on the wall, guys. You see the writing on the wall. So, guys, that's all I got to say today. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you have any theories about this? Do you think it's actually happening? Or do you think I'm nuts and it's all in my head? I really don't think it's in my head. But, to me, the writing's on the wall, and I agree with my customer that they want us broke. So if you would, please like and subscribe, and please leave some comments. And until the next video, have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.